Hi everyone, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. Today's video will talk about family reunification parole, what countries they apply to, and today's video will only be in English as this really impacts US citizens. Family parole process. So first thing you should know is that this is only applicable to certain individuals from certain countries. So let's first talk about the countries. The countries are Colombia, Cuba, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti, and Honduras. So what this means is that if United States citizens have applied for an I-130 family petition for a relative and received an approval for the I-130, your family member will now be eligible for parole entry. Let's backtrack a little bit. So before this was created in May of 2023, the way it worked is that after your I-130 was approved, your relative then went on a waiting list and will wait years. We're talking years. I think the latest one I saw was like 7 years was the National Bulletin. And this wait time varies and changes from country to country. It also changes depending on how many visas are issued year to year. So there's been some times that I've looked at the wait list and it's 10 years, and other times I've looked at it and it's only 7, so it does fluctuate, but it is a substantial wait. So what does this mean? It means that they won't get their visa appointment at the National Visa Center. Your relative will not get that appointment until their time, until they're next in line, right? So the wait time applies to them. With the family parole process, now they don't have to wait that time outside the country. They're able to parole and come into the country and wait here in the United States now with you, right? So this is why it's called family reunification parole. The idea of this process is that you, the US citizen, can still be with your relative even though there's a long wait. So will they get a valid legal green card? No, they won't get a legal residency while they're here on parole. All parole means is permission. Consider parole as permission to be here in the United States. That permission has to be renewed. That permission does make them eligible for a work permit, which is the most benefit that you're going to get out of this. And I think the major intent of why the United States did this, it will help our workforce situation. And your relative is going to be able to be self-sustainable while they're here because they will be able to get gainful employment. So what do you need to do? Or let's backtrack. I didn't tell you who it applies to. So the other part of family reunification is that this does not apply to your parents, your minor children, or your spouses. But why? Because those 3 groups of people automatically come into the United States. There's no waiting list. Once the I-130 is approved for those individuals, they are given the next available appointment at the National Visa Center of their country, and the process just moves forward. There is no halt or wait. But for everyone else, so now we're talking about your brothers and sisters, your adult children, whether they're married or not, those individuals have to wait. So it is really most applicable to them. So now what happens next? If you petitioned for your brother or sister, your adult children, and received an I-130 approval already since May of this year, 2023, then all you have to do is wait for a letter inviting you to apply for parole for your relative. So there's nothing else you need to do. You already are in the system. You're already in line as a family impacted by this new reunification process. And you will get a letter or an email. So pay attention to your mail, your email that you used to apply originally for the I-130. And you'll get an invitation to fill out the correct form, which is the I-134A. You will provide the information required on there, and your relative will be contacted by the National Visa Center to present themselves for an appointment, and the process will move forward for them. I hope this was helpful information. If you need further clarification or this does apply to you and you need support with the I-134A application, you can contact me. My website will be in the comment section, and you can schedule a virtual consultation with me. All right, everyone, take care. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.